All right, so my big word that my favorite one is actually got kind of a story behind it because the my favorite big word is discombobulated,
Oh, I love
and
that
that is
word.
just I love that word, and it has nothing to do with anything other than the fact that my dad used to use it. And what he would do is he would be sitting there trying to put something together without actually having to hold it, without having to glue it together to see if everything was fitting right. And
Mm-hmm.
it would never fail. He would sit there and he'd be concentrating, holding that thing together, trying to make sure everything's all together like it's supposed to. And then something would slip and it would just kind of all of a sudden explode. And my dad would sit there and hold the pieces that were left in his hands every single time. And no matter what it was, he'd hold them in his hand, screw his face up, and then look over at me and go, it became discombobulated. And just the fact that he would do that every single time, I have to laugh, and that is probably my favorite word is the discombobulated because he's just my dad was always one of those that just was a great guy. So and yeah, always got stories about Pa. So
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, and honestly, that word discombobulated is a good word for just about anything in today's world. So,
oh yeah,
I mean, but oh, I have to give y'all an update on
okay,
everything. Okay. Now uh since I got home last week, like I told y'all last night, but haven't we haven't told everybody else yet. My ordeal is almost over. It is almost over. I I
So it's not going to be discombobulated. It's only going to be combobulated.
yes.
All
A,
right.
a very expensive combobulation, but yes. And I love how you used that those words there, dude. That was awesome. But anyway, now uh I close on my house on Monday. The final walkthrough is at 9 a.m. and closing is at 10 a.m. on Monday. So shortly after 10 o'clock in the morning on Monday, I will be a homeowner. A a real
yay!
well, I mean, I was a real homeowner, but this is a homeowner in the traditional sense of the word. So
Got a house and a mortgage, living the American dream, baby.
by
I was going to
God.
say, you're not going to be a homeowner because there's very few people that actually own their homes.
Well, yeah, I know the bank owns it. They just rent it to me every month.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Hey,
but the bank does not tell me what I can and can't do with it though. That's
nope,
the main
that's
thing.
the HOA.
Yeah, fucking HOA. I'm going
Yeah.
to tell you that right
Yeah.
now. Fucking HOA. But anyway, but yeah, yeah, I've been signing papers. There was one report or yeah, inspection that was being done today, and I've already seen that report and signed it. So it's all good. We're just waiting on Monday now. Uh, you know, closing costs is gonna fucking hit me, I guess. Well, yeah, yeah. More than I
They
want
weren't
to pay.
able
Let's
to
put it that way.
they weren't able to combine it in with the
Nope.
Well, you know about that. Yeah, she could. She called me today and said, she said, "Well, I'm a working the numbers and everything like this." She's like, uh, we could do an extra 2,400, which is what my equity is with the appraisal and the price of the house. She's like, but we'd have to run it back through underwriting and all like that, and it might add, say, a day or two to your closing.
oh yeah. Okay.
And she knew. I see. She purposely waited on this until the last minute because she knew 3 days. Well, yeah, 3 days from closing, I'm not going to hold it up. I'm just going to say, screw it, let's do it, which I did. But I don't know. It's just, I'm like, you know what? And I freaking told her this. I said, after selling my house and dealing with this, I'm done with this ordeal. Let's sign. Let's get out of here. I'm serious. I am physically and mentally exhausted. Well, I think
So you're still going to try to chase after your realtor?
I don't know. I want to, but she hasn't. I mean, I don't know. She hasn't really been, saying, "Hey, good morning," and then texting. When she texts, it's just straight business. So I'm straight business back. I mean, I'm not. I'm not upset. I mean, I would like to, but it's like if
well, can't hurt to, once everything's finished and closed up,
Well, I mean, I'll see. I mean, I'm not saying no, because I mean, she's cute. I think so. So, but I mean, who knows? Me,
dating advice for Rich Chelsea.
Hey. Well, you know what though? I don't know. I just might just say screw it all and just go play ham radio. I don't know yet.
You strike me as someone who would be interested in just stroking the bands. So
wow. Wow.
Oh, goddamn, dude.
That's some loving right there.
Yeah. Hey, you make sweet love to them ham bands. So,
dude, that is, oh my God, that is gold right there. You No, I don't know. I'm just honestly, I get my new ham radio tomorrow. It's on track to be here for tomorrow. And so I'm probably going to go out to the park and play ham radio tomorrow. No, I'm not going to stroke the bands. I was not expecting that, but and then finish getting all my stuff in this place moved up by the door. I'm serious. I signed them papers. I'm unloading the Jeep. Even I'm freaking taking the back seat out, and I'm coming
there you
back. Go. I'm freaking coming back, throwing the shit in the Jeep and getting out.
So you're going to tell the little old lady next door bye?
No.
No. People are just going to go, what happened to Rich? You're going to lose your Cajun chef and all, man.
I thought you were sweet on her.
No, dude.
No, she was sweet on him.
Yeah. Yeah. It's no. That street did not go two ways. It was a one-way street.
Oh.
Yeah. But now Kevin, the dude that showed me how to cook shrimp and crab legs and stuff.
And crabs. Yeah.
They left in April, and
oh no shit.
Yeah, they went to another job, I think in Texas or somewhere, and I haven't heard from him since.
Oh goddamn, man.
Yeah, but my neighbor upstairs, Jimmy, I told him and his girlfriend Leah that I was leaving, and I got to see Mr. Keith across the way. I haven't seen him yet.
Maybe that's who I'm thinking of. The guy who you went crabbing with.
Oh yeah, Keith. No, yeah. I haven't seen him outside yet. So.
Oh, okay.
As soon as I do, I'll get in touch with him and let him know, and But yeah, I only know. Oh, I will tell you right now. I think there's another girl over here trying to hit on me. Her name's Anne Marie. She's not that old, but I think she's a few years older than me. She came from Phoenix. She's cityfied. I'm almost sure she is. I
Well,
mean,
there you go. That's the ultimate test to see if she's right for you. Can you turn her country as country could be? Can she gut a goose and not bat an eye?
I highly doubt it. I'm just saying, I highly doubt it. But anyway,
What was the line from Real Genius? Can you hammer a 12-inch spike into a piece of wood using only your penis? No. Well, a girl's got to have her standards. So, can you gut a goose in 2 minutes? No. A guy's got to have standards, man. I'm sorry. You just
right. But so anyway, the other day I was outside talking with my neighbor upstairs, Jimmy, because his dog was out doing his business. You know, we was talking and chit-chatting. Well, she comes up and she had overheard me telling Jimmy that, you know, I'm out on Monday, you know.
Oh, I can get out of here if I'm sweet to him.
And she
maybe
was
I
like,
get his house.
and so we were, she started talking to me and she was like, well, I mind if I get your number? And I was being nice. I'm like, no, I don't care. So I gave her my new number.
Oh, the one that you really don't check much yet.
Yeah. So yeah, you know, she said, oh, well, I'll have to come over and see your place. And it's just like, I was just like, yeah, we'll see, you know. I mean,
don't hold your breath, girl.
I mean, she seems nice, so, but
yeah,
I don't know. I need to know. I need to know more information. You know,
yeah, I would just say set her down, give her the general ham radio test, and see if she passes. If she passes, okay, we can proceed to the first step.
Well, I mean, honestly, maybe if I met her like out in public once or twice first, you know. It's like, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Like, you see, that's the thing. It's like I'm trying to concentrate on one freaking thing, and I got 12 other things trying to sneak in.
Yeah, you got all these damn women knocking on your door.
Hey, that's the first time I ain't used to this. Give me a break, okay? This is the first time in eons that I've had this. I don't know how to act.
I don't know how to act when I got attention, man. What am I supposed to do?
Oh, normally people run from me. That's true. I mean,
yeah. I ain't gonna argue that one with you at all.
That's only because you've gotten fed up with all the Iowans running around. So the moment they come walking up to you, you better start snarling at them. So
no, we ain't going there.
You are out of that town. You are gone, baby, gone.
I have closed the book on that chapter, never to be reopened or reread again.
Amen.
I do not need it, but
well, we're gonna see how well your Jeep drives your property by itself, like your other one did, just because it works.
Oh yeah, it just takes off on its own and rolls down into the bushes.
Oh, no. See,
because it wanted to go wheeling.
Mine, I had almost forgotten about that, dude. Yeah, walk out, open the door, and yeah, my Jeep is gone, and it went on down in the trees. Yeah, well, no, at least up here, my land is flat, and I've got a carport. So
hey,
yeah, I'm in high cotton, right? I've got a freaking carport,
and you're in a place that actually understands what high cotton is. So. Because hell, I've always heard in high cotton, and I guess I don't fully understand it because around southern parts of the Texas Panhandle and the southwestern portion of Oklahoma, you do have cotton. There are cotton farms, and I mean they've got a lot of cotton gins up and all over the place.
Yeah, and they do.
and it's maybe knee high to me.
Right. And that's
And I'm like
normal.
going, yeah, that's about normal. So, I mean, what would high cotton be? Would that be waist high, or would that be chest high? And I mean, would that be is it better because then you don't actually have to bend over to pick it, or is it you still going to be breaking your back because now you got to deal with all the barbs and stuff that down on the very bottom?
No, dude, high cotton is living large.
Well, I know it means living large,
And
but
that's
what is high cotton though? Is it high as in high prices? You're living in high cotton, you're making a lot of money, or is it
yeah,
high
that's
cotton
exactly
as
what
in the
it is.
cotton's tall?
No, cotton stays about the same height. I've never heard of cotton going higher.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Oh, let's say I've never seen
Yeah.
it go higher. That's why I was always kind of
yeah.
curious. It's like, well, if it's only
Now-
knee high, it's not really all that damn tall, man.
But check this out. Do you know the state of Mississippi? Cotton is not their number one product anymore. Hasn't been for decades.
Well, no, because I was thinking, no, Virginia used to be the cash crop for Virginia used to be tobacco,
Yeah, no,
Same way with
Mississippi.
North
so-
Carolina.
and in
Same
North
way with North
Carolina.
Carolina.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, South Carolina.
but the thing is, Mississippi's main crop back in the day was cotton, and
Yeah.
I think in the last 30 or 40 years, they've done away with the cotton in Mississippi and gone to soybeans and corn.
Oh
and
God, I
other
know.
things.
And soybeans are so. I mean, granted, soybeans are good for replenishing the ground,
Right, and making
but
tofu.
to use it for anything else, I mean, the only time soybeans is actually usable for humans to as a consumption, it has to be fermented first.
Okay.
And that is because of it has so many phytoestrogens in it that I mean that's one reason why vegans who swear by soy, a lot of the women who eat nothing but soy, this, soy, that, soy, they end up losing their damn period is because they've got more estrogen in their body than what a birth control pill has.
Oh. Yeah, so
And so no, that's I mean for guys, especially for guys, I mean you guys need to stay as far away from soybeans and unfermented soy products. Soy sauce, okay, it's fermented. Tofu, okay, it's again been fermented. And it's so that fermentation destroys the phytoestrogens. And so
Okay,
it's
so you
actually
say that
safe
for
to
a
be consumed.
So you say that for
Again?
a female estrogen, gotcha. So as
Yep.
far as males, what your dick's gonna fall off?
No, but they're thinking that's a lot of the reasons why there is a severe increase in man boobage
is
Man
because
boobage. All
man
right.
boobage.
and
Because of soy.
the decrease in testosterone as a whole in society. I mean, a lot of it also is because we're not picking up and throwing heavy objects like we used to. But also the fact that we have so many soy-based products that we're just kind of bathing in this testosterone interrupting hormone.
Oh wow.
And
Yeah.
women have testosterone too, but their bodies process it differently, and that's one of the things that women need to be able to have any semblance of a libido. Is when they have a testosterone, they're going to want to have sex more often. While if they have something going on with their system where they have a decrease of estrogen and or an overabundance of progesterone, because I believe progesterone, I can't remember exactly. So I'm sure someone who's listening, they can shoot us a boostergram letting us know how far off we are on this if you want to. You can, but the the estrogen and the testosterone are actually what's converted into progesterone.
Okay.
If I'm thinking right.
This why do you know all this about this? Just
I
asking.
like sex. No, it's a completely useless bit of knowledge and does me no good. So it sticks to my head like freaking Velcro. It's just kind of like comes along and goes, "Yep, we're going to stick there for a while." So
I was just wondering.
like,
I mean, yeah, some of it's okay, but yeah, I've never heard of progesterone or
progesterone.
whatever.
Progesterone actually is the hormone, is the primary hormone in actual birth control. But when you have a whole bunch of estrogen, it also disrupts the a woman's cycle.
Okay.
And so many times they've had women who gynecologists will have talked about women showing up with, talking about how they haven't had a period in 3 years, and they're like 38, and find out what their diet is, and it's soy this and soy that and soy all these, and then for lunch I have some edamame, which is nothing more than soybeans, and it's soy, and the doctor will go, "Well, get off the damn soy, especially if you want to have kids sometime down the road." It's like,
yeah.
but it's soy. Soybeans are good for you. No, actually, they're not. They're actually very bad for you. It's better to go on ahead and give a kid with a nut allergy peanuts than it is to have stuff full of soybeans.
Yeah, well, it's soy is just not my cup of tea.
You know what?
No, I get it. A lot of people use it. Go ahead.
A nice big steak. I don't know, 42-ounce steak.
Shit, I'd take a pork chop right now.
Well, that's what I was going to say. That's what they used to actually use both peanuts and soybeans for. They would just grow them because they were great rotation crops. So they would actually put the nitrogen and other micronutrients back into the earth for the cotton, the wheat, the corn, whatever.
Yeah.
And
I know that
they would take the produce of those and give them to the hogs.
Yeah.
And the hogs are, hogs eat anything and everything. So they didn't throw a fit about it. They were happy.
Except
and then along come old Booker T. Washington, who figured out that, hey, peanuts are good for several other things. And, all of a sudden peanuts became a lot more valuable than just hog feed.
Right. Well, I do like peanuts.
I do too. I love myself a good peanut butter jelly sandwich because.
Oh my God. Crunchy peanut butter at that.
No,
sometimes.
No, all the time. I don't.
Well, no, for me, it's sometimes. Yeah, I'll just have a hankering for eating. I need something with some texture, so I know I'm eating it. But then there's times that I've got to just slap on, about 2 inches worth of peanut butter and a nice little layer of jam and go to town. And
but see, I gotta have the crunchy. I can't do the creamy. I'm sorry. I just can't. I just cannot do the creamy.
Yeah. You know what? I cannot choke down a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I can eat peanut butter on a spoon. I can eat jelly on toast. I can have bread, but I ain't putting that shit together. Ain't no way in hell. No, thank you.
It's just
y'all keep your peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. You enjoy the hell out of them. I ain't gonna touch one because I got that jammed down my throat so much as a kid. I cannot choke one down to this day.
Well, it's, I mean, that I
I did
understand
too. I mean, we
Oh yeah,
freaking
no,
lived
that
on
was
them for a while.
usually lunch in the summertime.
Yeah.
I'd come walking in, step mom would have a couple of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches all prepped, slap them into my hand, send me back out in the backyard, and told me not to come back in again. So
Right.
if I came back in, I'd have to go take a nap. So yeah.
There was no way you was coming back.
No way I'm doing that. So I stayed outside. So
Like,
but no, it's so interesting because I was talking about kids with peanut allergies, and that was one of the big that was one of the peanut allergies or any nut allergy actually was the end disease of what was it, the 2000s.
mm, yeah,
That was what all the soccer moms wanted their kids to have was, he's got a nut allergy, it's terrible. Well, but a friend of mine made a very good observation, and I have noticed that it still rings true.
Bless you, dude.
You will not find a peanut allergy in the ghetto.
I can't argue.
And the reason why is because the soccer moms, the little uppity women of the soccer mom land, were like, I am not going to give my kid peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. That's cheap. I'm going to give them a Lunchable. I'm going to give them some highly processed, chemicals that are formed into the shape of a piece of meat. But I'm not about to give them a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Something that's got just a lot fewer chemicals in it than everything else.
But yet they will sit in line for 45 minutes at a fucking McDonald's to get that shit they serve.
Oh yeah, give them hamburgers that never decompose and chicken nuggets that never decompose.
French fries that last 65 years.
Exactly.
I mean, seriously, years ago, I freaking read an article. They was redoing this house from like in the 50s and whatnot, and they pulled the drywall down and found an actual bag of, and it looked old. They took a picture of it, a small order of French fries that were still intact. The bag was still intact.
I think it was actually closer to being in like the 80s, because that's when they really kind of started changing stuff.
Yeah,
it might have been in the 70s, but it was in that time frame when they started.
I mean, think about it, 30 some odd years. I mean, shit, I've heard of people finding freaking McDoubles in their coat pockets, 3-4 years later.
5 years later.
It's like,
what's this hockey? But oh god damn, I forgot I had bought that. I had more than a coat in 4 years.
But yet the soccer moms are scared of the peanuts.
Oh yeah. Well, it's not that they're scared of the peanuts. They started out because what it is kids have allergies to things that they're not exposed to.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that and the fact that allergies are also just your immune system going stupid.
Yeah.
But most of the kids who have allergies to dogs and cats have allergies to dogs and cats because they're not exposed to dogs and cats when they're babies. And when I say babies, I mean like infant style babies.
Mm-hmm.
And so their body doesn't know how to react when it comes into gets exposed to dog dander, or in this case, as we're talking about, peanuts. But yet, if you expose a kid, no, you can't. You're not supposed to give them what is it, honey, like for the first year, because it's got some type of bacteria in there, which is interesting because it's an antibacterial substance. But still, apparently, that's one thing that you're not supposed to give a baby at first year of life is honey. But peanut butter and honey was one of the first things that I remember having that was mixed together, and that was always been one of my favorites.
But okay. The thing is, on this thing with honey and children in the first year of life, how often Do you know? Do you know how often that it would cause a problem in a child's life?
I'm not, because I don't know of any, because no
Okay.
one will do it.
No, but no. Reason I'm asking is, good as hell, scientists have studied this, and scientists have tried this theory out. I would just like to see their numbers, to be honest with you,
Yeah.
because honestly, like you said, honey is one of the most natural antibacterial things you can use
Yeah, it's
for your body.
antibacterial, antifungal. I mean, they used it as a means of dressing.
Exactly. So, and inside your body, it does even more good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So I would like to see this work by these scientists that say that it's not good for the first year of the infant's life, because back before the doctors are like they are now, and I won't even get into them because that'll be a soapbox I won't get the fuck off of. But back in the early 1900s and stuff, babies got fed honey.
Oh, I'm sure they probably did. And I mean, and I think a lot of it is the same. I'm kind of with you on that. They more than likely did several back before the doctors decided they knew everything. Because I mean, it's the same as when in the late 70s, early 80s, when all of a sudden rice was the big taboo at weddings. You can't throw rice because we've heard that, because can't throw rice because birds eat it and it expands in their stomach and it kills them. Rice is a seed. And what did they replace it with?
Bird seed.
Bird seed. It's seed. They replace seeds with seeds, and it's rice. Okay. And you threw rice.
And you know where the best place to throw rice at?
Where?
The Rocky
From the top
Horror
of the church.
The Rocky Horror Picture Show, when it's a theatrical production. Yes.
Yep.
But there ain't going to be any birds around.
Yeah, you got these throw rice and toilet paper whenever everyone hollers Great Scott. You got to throw Scott brand toilet paper.
When they did the toast, you threw the toast.
Yep.
Water guns for the rain.
For the rain. Oh God, yeah. And see, and that's something that I introduced my daughter to Rocky Horror Picture Show, and she thought it was an absolute riot. I mean, she's got my bizarre sense of humor anyhow. Actually, talk about having some edgy humor. That girl has some edgy humor. But one of the things that she wanted to watch was Rocky Horror Picture Show, and for a Halloween, and she wanted to she brought her boyfriend over, and I was like, all right, well, y'all can watch here in the living room. No blankets over each other's laps or anything like that. Y'all can sit there, y'all can watch, y'all can cuddle where I can see hands and stuff like that if I come in. And so I went ahead and I bought Rocky Horror Picture Show on Amazon, and I turned it on for her, and she loved it. Her boyfriend was like going, dude, this is fucking weird. I was like, yeah, that's awesome. That's the whole point of it. It's a guy dressed as a woman. It's like, yeah. Now just think if he had actually paid attention nowadays, that would have been more considered normal. So
right. Yeah. Right.
The transsexual. No, what was it? The Transylvania transsexual.
No, he's a transvestite, a cool transsexual from Transylvania.
Transsexual transvestite from Transylvania. That's how it went.
Wow.
Yeah. That's a lot of big words right there.
Yep.
I'm not even going to attempt them. I'm just not.
Good idea.
But no, that is one of my favorite shows to go actually watch when they do the theatrical and the live production along with it, where they interact with the movie.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh God, that is so hilarious. And do all the call outs. So
yep.
Oh,
Hey,
have a
Frank,
question.
what's your favorite color? Magenta. Where do you get your cocaine? Colombia.
I have a question. I was this for some reason this question popped into my head for you two.
Oh.
Just a couple hours ago. And why it did, I don't know. But I was in the bathroom doing my business. And
Like we
Great. He
really
equates
needed to
us
know
with
that.
well,
yeah, I was going to say, Ron, it's kind of sad. It's already, I'm seeing that he's equates us to turds. So
no. But I was sitting there thinking, it's like now I know Bryan, you have a full beard and
Yep.
everything, and Ron and Duuude has a goatee. And
as a goatee.
yeah, he has a goatee. But I was wondering, what do y'all use to shave with? Because Bryan, I do know you shave.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and stuff
Just
like
use a
that.
razor.
Yeah,
I
but
get my neck
do
fat.
you use? But excuse me, do you use regular shaving cream? A gel shaving cream? Shave
I use
butter?
gel. I use gel.
A lot of times I just use soap, body soap.
Okay. No. Reason I was asking is, I tried some shave butter.
Oh, that stuff's good. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's a little expensive for my taste though. So
yes, it is. But no, it is a little expensive. But man, the shave I get and the way everything comes out, oh my Lord, I'm in high cotton again.
exactly. Yeah.
I mean,
Man, makes your face as smooth as baby's butt. So this is
right.
now actually the show of one grumpy vet, the Duuude, and butt face.
And what face? Butt face?
Butt face. Yeah, because his face
right.
is now smooth as a baby's butt. So he's a butt face.
Oh,
Hey.
okay. So it's a butt face. All right. Hey, and you know what? It goes right along with that ass hat.
Oh shit. No, but yeah, no,
Butt
it
face with
just
an ass hat on. There you go.
no, it just I don't know why I was just the idea popped into my head and I said, you know what? I gotta ask. I just gotta ask.
Well,
So,
I've been wanting to actually get an old shaving system, where you have the shaving mug that's got the soap disc in there and the badger tail that you froth it up and do that, and then try both just the safety razor, because I hear people talk about safety razors as they're just the fucking cat's meow, man.
I've heard that too.
And the only thing I know about safety razors is you don't play with them as a kid because they cut the fuck out of your damn fingers.
Well,
so
yeah. I mean, you just take a razor blade.
They're not very
in
safe.
The middle.
I'll tell you that they're not very safe for being called safety razors. They are not safe at all. So, but then also I've always wanted to try using just a straight razor and see what that is like. I've heard a lot of people who sit there and shave themselves with a straight razor turns out great. Now you don't want to let your wife be angry and shave for you, but you know.
Well, see, when I go and get my hair cut, they do what is called a white wall, and on the sides, they'll in my neck, they'll lather it up with shaving cream.
Take your sideburns off if you don't want them.
They'll flick that razor out, that straight razor, and oh my God, it's just I sit there and I'm in heaven. It freaking feels so good. Oh my God, I'm serious.
Well, but that's just it. I'm not a fan of how it feels because
it feels great.
Well, not to me, it doesn't. It feels like it's yanking more hairs than it's doing anything. But at the same time, I double check. It's like, you sure this thing's sharp? It's like, yeah. Why is it tugging? And he's like, okay. And he pulled it up, grabbed another one, and it was still. It's not a hard, it's not like the Mrs. going crazy, pulling your hair out or anything. But it's just a kind of there's just a little tug there on the nape of your neck, and it's I don't know if it's just because I've got weird freaking hair, which is very possible. I don't know if my hair is weird, but you know, I have to assume.
Well, no, because you see on mine, every once in a while, you know, I will feel a tug and all like that, you know, especially on the sides of my head
Yeah.
and everything.
Yeah, just back here.
The thing is, though, when I'm done, I always run my hand back there, and it's
Oh yeah, no, it is the weirdest smooth feeling that you ever
I
come across. You're like, woo,
love
boy,
it.
you can ice skate on that shit.
Yes,
So-
sir. Yes, sir. But you see, that's the thing. Trying to take a straight razor and me do it myself to my face, I honestly, I don't know if I could do that.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure I could either because you know everything's backwards, so I'd probably be trying to adjust and end up slicing an
Right.
ear off.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, phew, shit, damn it, honey, we got to go to the hospital again. Yeah, yes, I know.
Mike Tyson.
Third time this year already.
Hey, Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield.
Oh yeah,
Remember that
snip
fight?
The tip. Just snip the tip.
Yeah, no, but I mean, the safety razor. I've heard a lot of people like those, and I mean, it's simple. Just buy a box of razor blades.
Yeah, let's just
Literally.
buy a box of razor blades. You just gotta.
And then the
But
holder.
Jesus Christ, man, they are proud of safety razors.
Yeah, they are. All
I mean,
razors
I'm
are
used to
fine.
the L disposable ones, which run about $8 to start with, and then each, you know, then if you want to buy just the refill pack, it's you know $30. But so you know, you just contribute to the filling of the landfill by just buying new handles every time. But
I buy the 12 packs, and I pay like anymore about $15 for a 12 pack.
I've discovered Walmart has their own brand, and it's like $8 for the handle and like two cartridges, and then you can grab like an 8-pack cartridges that are also for $8. So
Really? Huh. Okay.
so there's that too. So,
But see, that's the thing. I mean, honestly, I'd probably want to try a safety razor.
yeah. But also, I mean, one of the cool things that I watch online, I don't know, well, I know where I found it at, but there is a guy that likes to do restorations of old equipment. And here recently, he has found a whole bunch of different safety razor resharpening devices. And from time to time, he'll go through and he'll restore it. And a lot of them are like just little whetstones that's turn. You sit there, you have a little, you know, you set your razor blade in the little spot, and you turn it, and it sharpens for a little bit, and then it goes off and it flips it over and keeps sharpening. And so it just sits there and goes back and forth. That's how you sharpen the safety razor. So, you know, back in like the 1930s, went during the Great Depression, and you couldn't afford 10 cents for a box of safety razor blades. You were able to go on ahead and save a little bit up. And you get $5, you know, maybe $1, save up $1.50 and get a safety blade sharpener. And so that way you could extend the use of your blades.
That would be freaking cool, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, that would be really cool. You know, sharpen my own razor blades.
Yeah.
To put my razor to shave. Fuck, I'm game.
Where do I find one? Honestly, I'd probably look online, but I mean, and that's another thing with using a straight razor, because there's a whole new set of sharpening system, blade sharpening systems out there. And I'm sure you've seen like the video for the advertisement for like the tumbler, which is just a round deal, and it's got a 300 grit, a 600 grit, a 1200 grit, and several different grip discs, and maybe a honing disc on there, and then you can actually strop on some on like a piece of leather or whatever.
Right. Well,
but it's got a base that if you're wanting to do just like regular kitchen knives and stuff, that goes up to standard 22 degrees. but the other side is usually got a lot sharper, so you can actually sharpen it like 18 degrees or whatever it is. And so whatever the angle is for like straight razors, and there's a guy who goes through, and that's kind of his whole shtick, is sharpening knives and things, and he'll actually, because he has like that knife sharpen scale that has a little piece of wire strung between there, and you actually see how hard you have to push down to get it to cut through this little wire.
Right.
And the harder you have to push down, the duller it is. And so, and they usually say like razors are sitting at like around 100 score of 100. And there's oftentimes where when he gets finished doing his sharpening, he's cranking out like 52. He's like, and let's see. Oh, wow. Okay. We're there. And then he'll try whatever he was sharp. The reason why he's sharpening his knife. So, can it cut through, can it do a fall cut on a lemon or something? And so he'll drop the lemon and watch at first it may just kind of hit, stick, but whenever it gets sharpened, it actually falls and hits and goes like 3/4 of the way through. And so it's neat. I mean, his like I said, his shtick is actually really cool and effective, because it's gotten me going, hey, I might want to go on ahead and buy one of those. It's $119, but I'm still also want to just get some of the razor stone, the razor, or not razor, the diamond bit sharpening stones, just because I'd like to be able to get back in the habit of actually knowing how to make a decently sharp knife, which I haven't. I've been out of practice in that for so long that it's
Right.
I almost have to hand in my man card, and I refuse to do so.
No, dude, you're fine. Yeah, I mean, it would take you, I don't know, not even a day to get back in the swing of it. I mean,
Oh, I'm sure.
to get efficient like you were, probably, maybe a couple days, but because I mean, I don't sharpen a lot of my knife. Well, my knives, I sharpened them back last year. I slide them back in the sheath, and I mean, yeah, I've used them. I've got one that I use as my cutting knife in the kitchen, and
Right.
it's actually a boning knife for hunting.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's a freaking, but that is my cutting knife with meat and everything, vegetables, everything in the kitchen, because I don't use the regular quote unquote what everybody else uses.
Yeah.
I just haven't. I mean, because I like these knives, I can
Right. And well, my
move 'em
son,
better.
and the reason I got really into it is because my son got us last year. We'd had a collection of knives, because we've gone through like 3 different types of knife sets
Mhm.
in the 28 years that we'd been married. And so we would have it, and 9 times out of 10, what would happen is the knife stand itself, the knife holder itself, would eventually just kind of take a shit and fall apart for whatever reason. And because usually they're cheaply made. And the first set that we ever had was actually, I mean, we were idiots. They were the serrated style, so they were shit. Once that went to pieces, we just kept the steak knives just because that was the only thing that we really wanted out of it, because you couldn't cut a straight line with them. And so we got our next set, and great straight edges and stuff like that. And it was just, we used the hell out of those, and we'd sharpen them from time to time, but it wasn't anything that was really needed. And then the box that you stored the knives in was not the slotted. It was actually a whole bunch of little rods that were all packed together inside of a square, so you could just stick the knives in anywhere and it would hold.
Okay.
And then one day I went stuck a knife in there, and box went clunk, and all the and all the rods just went flying everywhere. And so we're like, okay, well, that's done. We started keeping them in the drawer, and that lasted for a while. And then we got another set, and it was just kind of another crappy set, but it's still, I don't like serrated edges anymore, except for my Rada tomato knife. that has to have a serrated edge. But if you've not ever used rated tomato knives, you get one. You'll understand why you want the serrated edge on the tomato knife.
Yeah,
Because,
no,
oh my
no,
God,
I know, but see, the thing is, like I've got 3 knives. They're all hunting knives
right.
on my kitchen counter. Okay, and I keep all 3 of them razor sharp. So I mean, serrated knives, they're good, and I mean, I've
As long
used
as
them
you
and
don't sharpen.
stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, no, you don't sharpen a serrated knife. No, not at all.
Hey, no.
But you see, this is why I've got my 3 hunting knives, because I can cut anything I need to cut with those.
Right.
You know, whether it's raw, cooked, undercooked, you know, however it is, I can cut it, you know. And so
Especially the cheese.
oh dude.
Out of left field. Beautiful timing though.
Yeah, that was beautiful timing. But so yeah, it's I mean, you know, and I can understand a chef spending money on good quality steel.
Yeah.
I will let you know, 2 of my knives are German made in
Yeah.
Solingen, Germany. And I mean, they were made, one was made in the 70s. I think the other one was made in the 50s or 60s.
Okay.
So I mean, they are high quality steel. So, but
High quality H2O.
oh, by God, I love me some high quality H2O.
But yeah, but last Christmas my son got some of the Japanese style knives. And those knives I like. They are some of my favorite knives. And cool thing about them is they're single beveled instead of being dual beveled. So you only have to worry
Okay.
about actually doing. Most Japanese knives seem to be only single beveled, and
Japanese make very good knives.
Yeah,
they make very good knives. I will not knock Japanese knives at all.
yeah. Well, I mean, these are made to look like it because they're also supposed to be looking like they're oh shit, what's the name of that damn steel that's got all the wavy the supposed to look like it's been folded like 10,000 times.
Damascus.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
Son of a bitch,
You
what's the
said
damn
it.
stuff?
Damascus steel.
Damascus steel. Yeah. Thank you. So it's supposed to look like that, but if you look real closely, you can see that it was actually laser etched. Someone,
you know, if you go to Silver Dollar City, there's an old boy in there, a knife maker. You know, they got a little shop that makes knives. This old boy took steel and took steel ball bearings and took the file. It was a file, and basically melted these steel ball bearings onto this file, and I guess rolled it and all like that. And it looks like, and it's actually, you can see the pieces of ball bearings that's been
that's cool.
worked into the knife. Oh, it was gorgeous. I mean, dude was wanting $600 for it finished.
I don't believe it.
And yeah, I mean, it was.
I mean, if they're ball bearings, they're hardened. So.
Oh yeah, but yeah, he forged this knife, and you know, I mean, it was gorgeous. Do not get me wrong, it was gorgeous. But for me, no, you
Well,
see,
spend no $600.
No,
Mhm.
because you see, check this out, okay? And this is, and you know, some people like to do this, but I'm not one of these people. They like to have knives or stuff that they sit on the shelf and look at.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and that's fine. But the thing is with me, any knife I have, I don't want it if it's pretty, because it will be used.
Yeah.
I've got probably, oh God, 15, 20 knives, and I'll use each and every one of them. I will not set one out on a display.
Right.
It might be
It's
setting out
different.
on the counter, but it'll be used.
Except for
It's
that
get
samurai
used.
sword, right?
No, I'll freaking
No, he
use
uses the samurai sword too. That's what he uses to pick the dirt out of his toenails.
By God. or a slice of watermelon, dude.
Slice the watermelon. Yeah, exactly.
You know. No, swords, me and swords, I never really got along with swords. They're cool to look at, but and I've had samurai swords, but they just don't trip my trigger.
Right. Yeah.
You know. So
I'm with you. They look cool. I mean, I like all the like going over to like the different knife guy stores in each and around the different towns and seeing what they got. I mean, a lot of times they got some really cool things. Nothing I would ever actually use, and I mean that's kind of the way. Like I'm still looking for, and I did find one. I just didn't have the freaking $60 that they were wanting for it, but I found a knife that I've been looking for, and it's a straight edge knife.
okay.
Because most knives they go out and then they curve up.
Yep.
And I don't want a knife that has a curved blade. I want like on the old timer knife, you had the long pointy knife blade, you had the little short fingernail picking blade, and then the blade that everybody used was that straight edge blade that came out and curved over on the top. So it was
down, yeah.
Yeah, and it curved down, but the blade itself was straight across.
Yeah.
And I've been looking for something like that as just a pocket knife. Just have, a little bit larger blade, about the, 2-3 inches, whatever it is. Just something of a decent size that I could use as a pocket knife. And I've found some that are close. I've got kind of my abused knife the knife that I used to and abuse with has got just a very slight curve. It's not great. It's just real slight in there, and I like that one. But still, I found, like I said, I found it over at I found one over at exit 51 of on I-35 in Oklahoma, and or yeah, 55, not 51, 55.
That's Paul's Valley, isn't it?
No, actually, Davis.
Davis.
The Davis exit. They got the gold Treasure Island Casino right there.
That's just north of Paul's Valley, though.
South.
You sure?
Yep.
I thought Paul's Valley was exit 52.
No, it's in the 70s, I believe.
Oh, really? Oh, damn.
Yeah.
It shows you the last time I've been there. It's been a while.
Well, we used to always go to Sulphur to get to pick up sand. So
okay, no, I got it now. I'm good now. Sorry, dude. I just Paul's Valley is north of Davis.
Yeah, north of Davis, and of course Paul's Valley is cool to hang out at too, especially if you got to go through going over to Ada just to cut across right through there. That's a fun way to go too. So,
is that truck stop still there?
No.
Damn it.
Well, which one?
The one
because there in Paul's Valley there is there's two, and I can't think of what they're called, but one's a fairly new one.
Oh, no. This one here's the old one. It's called the Paul's Valley Truck and Auto Plaza.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that one.
There.
That one. Yep, it is.
That's cool. Yeah. I used to
spent
stop
a night or two there, did you?
Yeah, and got visited by a couple of the locals at one time or another.
Yep.
Nice.
One of those nice, friendly truck stops where the girls come by, check, make sure you're not lonely.
Yeah. No, that's true. And they were actually really nice. Just saying. So
yeah. Well, don't go to Checkers if that's what you're after, because they'll check on you all night long. You'll just hear, "Hey, baby, you lonely?" And you'll open the window and look out, and you'll get scared to death because they're uglier than shit. Had one didn't have any boobs, sitting there, had her shirt up over her head, going, "Hey, baby, you want to have a little fun?" I'm like, no, sorry, thanks though. I'm married. I'm glad I have my ring. I'm married. Thank you. Shut the windows, turn everything on, lock the doors.
Yeah, I remember.
And a lot of times they get very insistent. I mean, they're always wanting to know, well, can I come in and sit down in the seat? I'm like, hell no. I'm sure your pimp is sitting someplace around there, and if you get in, then I have to pay up, and I ain't paying shit. I'm broke.
Well,
Yo,
well, see this one night I pulled into Paul's Valley, and I mean it wasn't too late. It was late, but it wasn't too late. And I come riding through, and there's this girl, and she was on the bigger side, a little cute though. And I was riding slow, huh?
Said pleasantly plump.
Oh yes, pleasantly plump. And I was riding in my Pete, and that step's a low step. She stepped right up. She said, "Hey, honey," she said, I need some help." I said, "What's up?" She said, "Mind if I sit in your jump seat?" Said, "The sheriff's looking for me." I said, "Why?" She says, "Well, because I'm out here and I'm not supposed to be." Yeah, what the hell? I don't care, you know. And so she gets over. I stop. She gets over in the jump seat and all like this, and get parked. And actually, her and I got to talking, just shooting the shit. You know, she was a real nice girl, and we saw the sheriff come by a couple different times. You know, looking for her and stuff like this. And I don't know. It's probably an hour later or whatnot. Before she left, she offered to pay me for
for services rendered,
for letting her sit in my truck. And I gotta say, I mean, I didn't argue with her. You know? I mean, 54 double D's. I'm not gonna say no.
No.
And they were natural. They weren't fake. they were all natural.
All natural.
So yeah, but yeah, that was and ever since then. And what's funny, I've been back to since that time. I've probably been back to Paul's Valley. I'd say maybe a total of 4 times since.
Okay.
And I mean, I wasn't looking for her nothing. I mean, if I saw her, I was going to say hey. But it just I don't know. Every time, because I knew Davis was close around there, and I always think of Paul's Valley, man, because
right.
That it was
no,
just
and Paul's Valley's. I mean, Paul's Valley's got a really cool toy museum. I don't know if you've ever made it over to there. Got an action figure museum. Cool little place to go and visit stuff. But yeah, it's a nice neat little town.
Yeah, and that's the thing. People are nice and friendly. I'm not saying it just because of that one girl, but no, I mean, I would stop at the truck stop in Paul's Valley, and they were always, nice to me and stuff like that. And it just seemed like a nice place to go visit.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right. And so yeah, that's just one of them towns that just sticks in your head.
Right.
If you've ever, on my many travels and all the towns I've been in, that one, there's a few others if I thought about them, but that one always stuck in my head. Just because. So I don't know. It just you said Davis, and I automatically thought of Paul's Valley because I knew it was right around there.
So. Right in that general vicinity, yeah.
Yeah. So dude.
So Ron, you ever had any wild stories about the ladies of the night?
No, because I'm always back home every night.
But okay, what about driving your Jeep? I mean,
no.
Nope.
No.
He's like, no. Not that.
Dude.
have never indulged
Well, don't
ever in
sweat
my
that.
life.
I haven't either. I have never partook in any of those types of services. Mainly because I'm a lot like my dad. I was afraid that I would wind up picking up a policeman or a policewoman.
Oh,
So,
okay.
because
Well,
my dad used to tell a story about the time he was hanging out. He was uh, driving down Emerald Boulevard, and he stopped at a light, and he said this girl come walking up to the door, knocked on the window, and he rolled it down, and she got to talk to him, and he realized who and what he was talking to, and he was like going, I don't know if that was a policewoman who was out to nab me, or if that was an actual lady of the night, but I didn't care. I took off.
Yeah,
yeah.
well, the only thing that I have picked up, and I picked it up sometime this week, and that's a nail in my front right tire of the Jeep.
Oh,
Well, dude,
Yeah.
that just doesn't sound like fun, man.
Well, the air pressure's only gone down 10 psi, so Saturday I'll
Shit,
go
you're
over
good.
and yeah, oh yeah, I've had it a lot lower than that wheeling. And
Right.
so and I got it circled. I know where the nail's at. So Saturday I'll take it over to discount and have them plug it up for me. So
Oh yeah.
since I pay for that privilege.
Right. I freaking paid my tires off on my Jeep.
Oh, did you?
Yes, I did.
So
I,
now it's time to get a lift.
so he actually owns his tires. So if the repo man comes, he's got to let him have his tires at least.
damn it. No, Repo Man's not coming.
I
Yeah,
know.
yeah, dude. I'm not. Yeah, I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure yet what I'm gonna do, but I'm thinking about a lift. I can't do lockers right now because
Well, because you want aux lockers, right?
yeah, I want to I
Yeah,
gotta
you
save
want
my pennies.
mechanicals.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. You're gonna have to save a couple of pennies for mechanical lockers,
I know, but
especially aux lockers. Yeah, buddy.
yeah, I don't know. It's let me pay for these closing costs on Monday. I've got kind of an idea what I'm going to be paying, but I don't know exactly. And all I can say is, fuck, prices are expensive.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Yep. And again, you'll be back to PO.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, I will. I'll be pulling pennies out of my penny loafers just to buy a jar of peanut butter next Tuesday. So
Yeah.
no, it's yeah, and just yeah, closing costs are gonna hit pretty hard. I mean, I won't be totally done, but I've got no furniture, so I've got to find furniture for this house. You know, I mean,
Well, you ain't gonna need furniture. You're gonna have a freaking desk that has a 60-inch main monitor and 15 more monitors around. That's where you're always going to be at. So why the hell get anything else?
well,
Get yourself a good, desk chair that leans back. Maybe electronic massage or something like that.
fuck,
You
I'd
know,
love
but
that.
but as far as the rest of the furniture, hell, you're never going to use it.
Well, you see, though, the thing is, I mean, now I don't know how true this is, but like my neighbor Jimmy upstairs said, they'll come see me. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. And people say they'll come see me, but it's been my uh, uh, experience that yeah, that's just probably not going to happen. But still, you know, I'd like a little bit of decent furniture just in case. I mean, shit for a bed. I've got, dude, I've got like three freaking air mattresses. I'll just set an air mattress up in the rooms and say, y'all fight it out. Here's some sheets and blankets. You know.
There you go.
May comfort be ever in your favor.
If not, get the fuck out. Go sleep on the carport.
No, that's where my Jeep sleeps. No. No one sleeps with my Jeep but me.
This is why he has no girlfriend.
Well, you know, I have thought about that, but my Jeep is my happy place, man. I mean, really. I know it. I'm sad. I'm totally sad. I know it. Y'all don't have to say it. I can say it for you.
No, see, that's not sad though. That really is not sad. It's more on the pathetic side, but not sad.
Well, I mean, it just, I don't know, yeah, that's why I don't leave my Jeep anywhere. Cause that's, people have service dogs and all like this. I've got a service Jeep.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I've heard people having emotional support Jeeps before. Yeah.
Yeah, but trying to take that damn thing on a leash through Walmart, though.
That's a little challenging. I'm not gonna lie, dude.
Isn't that what
that will not fly.
That big leash that's up on a spool at the front of the Jeep is? Isn't that the leash?
Yeah, but yeah, Walmart would frown upon that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they would frown upon that. I don't know, but
well, and trying to take it into a pizza parlor, at Chili's or something like that. Yeah.
Hold it. Chili's is a pizza parlor?
No, I said there was a pause in between that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
A pizza parlor or
Chili's.
Chili's or
okay.
IHOP for that matter. There you go. Yeah, no.
Hey, IHOP's the place to go, man.
Especially at 3:00 in the morning.
Right. You know what?
Walmart used to be the place to go at 3:00 in the morning because if you wanted to go laugh at a bunch of tweakers, that was where you went. Walked up and down the aisles and see someone trying to stand still, looking inconspicuous, but not stopping.
Well, right. The closest IHOP to me, they're not open 24 hours anymore.
Really?
What?
Yep.
See, this is the fall of man right there. Because one, kids, in Amarillo, I knew where, growing up and stuff, I knew where the dancing places were. You went to SRO if you wanted to dance rock. You went to Midnight Rodeo if you wanted to go to do country dancing, and you went to there for a while it was the Cadillac Ranch if you wanted just kind of a cool fusion of maybe some rock and roll mixed in with some country from time to time. And those were the kind of the three main dance clubs you go to.
Right.
I don't think there's any dance clubs in Amarillo anymore.
Really?
I haven't looked in like in Dallas to see what they were. I mean, I used to go to the Green Iguana, and there were several places down in Deep Ellum whenever I used to go clubbing in my early 20s. And Deep Ellum was the place to go hang out. And you saw a bunch of freakazoids hanging out there. That was always fun. But
right. In Fort Worth, Mickey's is closed now.
Is it really?
Oh yeah.
You mean Gillies?
Yeah, or Gilly, whatever it is. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
I knew
closed
it
for a couple of years. Yeah, that's been closed for a couple of years.
Oh, Mickey Gillies is the place. Yeah.
Gillies and Billy Bob's is closed.
Billy Bob's?
I think Billy Bob's is closed as well.
Let me check. I mean, that can't be.
That's too much of a damn tourist attraction with the indoor rodeo and all that.
Hey, don't get me wrong. I
Oh,
know
no, it's still open. It's still
Oh,
open.
whew.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. I was going to be like, because, yeah, freaking Billy Bob's. I mean, that was a place to go back in the day.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the shit.
Oh, hell yeah. Well, it was also fun, go to the Mesquite Rodeo and
Yeah.
get, go watch the rodeo there. Never fail. You couldn't drink a beer without having some type of floating turd in it because, the cattle would get close to you and kick up the dirt. So something would land in your beer. So you always had, you improved your immune system going there. So
Right. That's something that I haven't done in a long, long time is going to a rodeo.
gone to a rodeo. They have rodeos there in Mississippi,
I don't know.
or they call them
honestly.
rodeos.
You see, I
Yeah,
don't
I was
know.
gonna say, rodeo or rodeo. Well, the only thing I've done in Mesquite is the dirt track
We'll see
when the
back.
sprint cars go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Back in the day when I was going to rodeos, I went to 2 a year. There was Greeley, Colorado, the one in Greeley. And then I would go to Cheyenne, Frontier Days.
Oh, okay.
I would go to the Cheyenne Rodeo. And yeah, that was, I tell you what, that was fucking awesome. Going to the Cheyenne
Elk
Rodeo.
City has one every Labor Day. Yeah, because you don't wear white after Labor Day. So
Okay.
it's coming up. They have a rodeo there, and it's apparently kind of a big deal. There's several people from all over the country and sometimes the world show up there, from what I understand. I've only been once, but
well, yeah, think about it. I mean, Elk City is close to Dallas, Mesquite, all the big rodeos, and honestly, to the north, they're not far from Cheyenne. They've got, I mean, once they do Cheyenne and Greeley, because those two are big points for the national finals
right.
rodeos. When they do those two, they've got smaller towns in between. They can work their way down or back up and just run that circuit right there and score enough points, make enough money to make the national finals. So yeah, Elk City is like just on the way for them.
Right.
I
know that a lot of people also like to go to the Lazy E Arena.
Yep, the Lazy E in Enid, right?
I think I was going to say it's Enid, but I'm not 100%. I know it's somewhere up in kind of northern Okie land.
Yeah, Enid's just right there by OKC, I think.
Yeah, it's north of
Guthrie. It's in Guthrie. The Lazy E.
Oh, okay.
Is in Guthrie.
But in that general vicinity. So
yeah,
Guthrie's. I know Guthrie is a little closer to OSU than it is OU, but
yeah, it's just northeast of Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma City. Yep, on I-35.
Yep.
And that's funny because my wife and her friend went to Guthrie once because my wife used to make body scrubs and soaps and things like that. She was trying to get her own little soap business going for a while. And one of the ways that she was trying to do it was trying to go on the crafters circuit. Right. They had one that was over in Guthrie. And once the show was finished, Sherry and Jana decided, hey, let's kind of look around because Guthrie's kind of neat looking. And so they went and were looking around and they came across this old Victorian style house. And apparently used to be a mortuary. And so they were in there. They were taking a little tour of it and all that. and they were talking to this one lady, and Sherry was just sitting there. There's this marble slab, and she was just running her hands all over it. And so she's like, "Oh, this feels so amazing. It's so nice." And the lady goes, "Oh yeah, that's where they do autopsies." Whoop! Those hands flew up. She was like, "Okay, yeah."
I mean,
she was like, "All right, well, I don't like it that fucking much."
did she realize that they do clean it after they get done? I mean,
oh, if it's anything dead, Sherry wigs out. She's one of those. It's like, ah!
oh wow.
Have go through and have her talk about the time that her, Jana, and their mutual friend Janine's kind of the oblivious one, but Jana and Sherry swear that they went to the old. There used to be back in the 1920s. There was an old dance hall in Amarillo called the Nat, and they would go. Everybody in town, all around. I mean, you had Bob Wills going there to play play on the stage. All the folks all around, they all showed up over at the Nat to play, and everybody would dance and have a good time. Well, it's been around, like I said, since 20, so it's old, well past 100 years old now.
Right.
And it's now an antique store. Or not even an antique store, it's just an antique mall. A whole bunch of people have shown up, and they sell all sorts of stuff. And there was a section where Sherry and Jana were kind of milling around. They were talking, having a good time, and all of a sudden, this little girl jumped up, screamed like, "Ah, it touched me!" and then ran away. And about that time, Jana and Sherry swear, up one side, down the other, that all of a sudden something came along and pushed right between them, and carried on and carried off into another part of the deal. And so they're swearing up one side, down the other, that they had a ghost that ran them over. And but except for the fact that Janine was standing kind of in between them, but behind them. And she just was like going, "What the hell are y'all carrying on about? What is everybody carrying on?" She's just kind of, "What the hell?" And apparently didn't bother her at all, but bothered Jana and Sherry. So they barely almost got bowled over by a very stout ghost. And Janine was just like, "Oh, what are y'all doing?" So
that's funny.
So
there's funny.
When it comes to ghosts and spirits and the dead, Sherry wigs out. She goes from 0 to 10 and faster than anything you ever see. If she thinks that there's a ghost around, it can be kind of comical at times. Other times it can be the most annoying effect of Sherry, because then all of a sudden everything's a ghost. It's like, no, the toilet. We got a singing toilet. It just makes the noise from time to time.
It's a ghost. It's haunted. It's gonna crawl up my cooter.
No, I just took a shit, Sherry. It's fine.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, yeah, some things scare me, but stuff like that.
What's the biggest thing that ever scared you?
The biggest thing,
or the greatest scare that you had from something that you weren't expecting to be there?
I would
jumping out of a perfectly good airplane.
See, I
116 times.
He had to make sure it was the same feeling each
time. Yeah. Am I still scared of this? Yeah. I don't know. I think I need to. Okay.
Yeah, that's about what it was. Scared the shit out of me every single time. Until the parachute opened, I was fine. I could look around, be fine, but I could not look out that the door of that airplane. Even if it
So
was
did y'all
noon,
ever
it was
have
a nice
before
jump.
y'all went before y'all jumped? Did y'all sing "Blood Upon the Risers"?
Nah,
Nah. The blood
nah,
upon the risers, there's a door upon the wing.
no, never did that.
Oh,
Now, I will say, I have had stuff scare the holy shit out of me, but I can't think of what it was, or
oh,
because I mean, honestly, I know I have,
yeah.
but
Biggest. I mean, I've had a couple of big scares, but one of the funniest big scares that I ever had was for about 2 weeks. I was needing to make some money. I left Schlumberger because Schlumberger in Arkansas was a piece of shit, and I was tired of working for them. And I was tired of being away from my family for 3 to 3.5 weeks at a time, and I was sick of it. So I was like, "Fuck this! I'm done. I'm home. I'm heading home." Well, got home, was trying to get on with Sandstone, and they were trying to see if they could get a position open for me. And so while waiting, I had to make money somehow. And so I was working for went for this water hauling company called McIntyre. And so they I'd never pulled water before, so I had it took me 2 or 3 days of following somebody around to kind of get the drift of how you're supposed to mark on the on the uh, the tape to find out how deep the water is, yada yada yada. And so about the start of the second week, I was on my own, and I went out to this one. I was going out, and got to this one place, and I step out. You step out of in a place, and you ever had that? Okay, something feels a little weird. You're like you're stepping into some place you're not supposed to step into.
oh yeah,
All right. And so I was like, all right, well, kind of felt a little weird. Wasn't a new moon. It wasn't a full moon. It was just kind of thumbnail moon. But I was like, all right. So I went to go start getting get the water pulled that needed to be pulled. And so as I'm climbing up and down, I was walked around the back of the tank because I was needing to go pee. I don't know why I needed to go behind the tank, but I needed to go behind the tank to pee because I'm the only one out there, and I didn't want anybody else to see me. So
you didn't want the coyotes or anything to see.
I didn't want the coyotes. Well, the thing is I walk around the corner, and like I said, it's not a full moon, so you don't see everything clearly, and it's not a new moon, so it's not pitch black. But I walk around the corner, and there is this skull sitting there in the dark. And I see it, and I'm going, oh shit. And all of a sudden that skull went, huh? Scared the fuck out of me. I mean, my hair stood up. I grew 4 inches worth of hair. It stood so far up. And I turned around. I said, fuck to the damn piss. And I shagged ass to the damn truck again and sat there for a few moments until I realized it was a fucking cow I saw. Was not expecting a damn cow to be standing back there, and I was just hadn't seen any of the others wandering around, and why this one was hanging out inside of the damn tank battery area is beyond me. But there he was, and by damn, fucking thing scared the shit out of me. So yeah, we had that, and then oh hell, there was another time I was out. I was out on the. I was out in what we call the Rock House in Sunray, which is on our ranch. There's a place. It's just a rock house stuff, and I was just out, just kind of plinking rodents and stuff while with my 22. I was just having, just wasting some time because I didn't have anything to do on a weekend, and I was out there. Shooting at hanging out in the prairie dog town that we had. And I would, anytime prairie dog would poke his head up, I'd shoot at him. And I looked over, and all of a sudden, I don't know where, and what my mind picked up was a cottontail that had lost its head, and the fur had grown over the wound, and it was running straight for me. And I turned around and shagged ass, and I didn't have to run very far, but like maybe 25, 50 feet at most, to a corner post, and I jumped up onto that damn thing. It wasn't a have to clamber up. It was a jump up onto it. And about that time, once I got up and I looked down, it was a freaking prairie dog that was just hell bent on getting to another hole that he needed to get to. And I mean, it was just the weirdest damn thing I'd ever seen. I was like, holy shit, what the hell's up with this rabbit? And why is he still alive? And sure, I got up there, and this damn prairie dog just keeps cruising right along. So,
well, I remember there's this one time this when I was living out in Montana, and I was working at the sawmill, and I worked overnights, right? And
okay.
I was in a boiler room, and I had to watch the computer and the steam bays because we dried wood too. And I also had to walk this whole compound once an hour, and as a security check. And I mean, it's like, I don't know, 2 a.m, and I mean, it was chilly. I mean, it was like, 20 some odd
Montana,
degrees.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, this was in, like August, it was like freaking 20 some degrees that night. But, oh yeah.
Balmy too.
Right. But yeah, no, I was walking around just, minding my own business because no one's out there. It's just me.
Right.
And well, they said that you wasn't allowed to have any weapons with you, but I'm sorry, on overnights, I normally had my 45 on my hip because there was no fences. So grizzly bears could come right down. And the mountains were like right at the edge of, the sawmill.
Okay.
So the freaking grizzlies, the black bears, the coyotes, whatever could come down, eat me, and then run back up, and no one ever know. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
be like, where'd Rich go? Good grief.
Exactly. And fucking, grizzly bear sitting up there putting his napkin around his neck and fixing it,
I got a burrito, man.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. So I freaking I walked around with my 45, right? And I had come from the one building where they was cutting wood and stuff like that, because they would make 2x4, 2x4s, 6s, 12s, whatever.
Okay.
And I came out of that building, and I had to go to the main office and scan that little thing. And I'm just sitting there minding my own business, just walking by. And just no sooner than I stepped off in the grass, I heard a noise, and I mean, I turned and drew in one fluid motion. And it was 3 deer. Somehow, either I didn't see them or they just snuck up around behind me and then snorted. Oh, God. I mean, I turned, drew. I looked at him. I said, "You're lucky you're not fucking dead." Because I mean, yeah, I mean, I was like, yeah, and I'm like, you fuckers, because everything was quiet. It was deathly. It was cold and quiet,
Yeah.
and crisp. I
Mhm.
mean, no sound.
Just right.
Oh yeah, no sound whatsoever, except that, where they snort.
Yeah, they snort at you.
That'll scare the fuck out of you.
Yeah, when you're especially when you're not expecting it.
Right, and I wasn't. So yeah, I damn near shot a deer point blank with the 45. I didn't know, but I thought about it. But yeah, there was 3 of them, and I'm like, I shoot them off, because I mean, these deer didn't care, man. They'd freaking come right up and eat right at your hand.
Oh, okay. So they've been touristized. So
Well, see, that's the thing. I mean, there wasn't many tourists that stopped in this town because the only thing in this town was Sealy Lake, which I mean, big size lake, but and a couple shops on the main part of town in the sawmill.
right.
Was the town. That was it.
Hmm.
So yeah, as far as tourists, no. I mean, now when they had the forest fire out in Montana, we had all the firefighters,
Right.
staying in town and stuff like that. And then yeah, we had a lot of people, but I don't know. It's just, but yeah, Sealy Lake, look it up on the map. Ain't nothing around fucking the
And nothing around.
nearest. No, the nearest town is Missoula, and I think it's 50, 75 miles away.
Ah,
So yeah,
yeah.
there's nothing close.
Well, the reason why I was thinking they were probably touristized is because, like Ruidoso, you go out to the country club and hang out there There's elk that just lounge in the yards everywhere, and just it's like, geez, man, hunting season ought to be easy around here now.
Right.
But apparently, you're not allowed to shoot elk or deer in city limits for some dumb reason. I mean, come on, they're there.
Man, that's just rude.
I know. It's like, geez, man.
I mean, big
elk burgers ready for the picking. I can just go out in my backyard and plink.
Right. Well, hate to say it, but the gun you'd have to use it needs to be a little bit bigger than a plink.
Oh, nah. Just get it right up close to them. Make sure it's inside that little round circle part of their forehead.
Right. Yeah.
So,
no,
speaking of deer, is it me or are deer getting more numerous?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, whenever I was growing up, never, ever saw deer in the Texas Panhandle. Now, I mean, if you went up in the top part around Canadian and the Canadian River Valley and stuff, you would come across mule deers from time to time, but they were real rare. Right. But white-tailed deers, I never saw one. I never saw any white-tailed deer anywhere in the Texas Panhandle whenever I was a kid because, hell, I had a car and I was. Man. You would, huh?
It was muleys you saw.
Well, yeah, but actual white-tailed deer, never saw.
Right.
So, but within the last, I'd say 10 years, I have seen several instances of driving home from Sunray coming back, and there'd be a couple freaking deer just hanging out in the middle of the road looking at you. And my daughter actually went off and she was going, how many times have you ever had deer inside of Amarillo? And I was like, I don't think there's any deer in Amarillo. She's like, no, there's deer in Amarillo. I saw one in the middle of the yard, someone's yard this morning. I thought it was a statue until it turned and looked at me.
Was it a white?
Holy shit!
Was it a whitetail or a muley?
Yeah, it's whitetail.
Really?
Now muleys are too damn big. Everyone.
Oh, yeah, muleys are freaking huge. Oh yeah, they're huge. But that is weird that Amarillo. I mean, unless there's not enough food, and the deer are going wherever they can to get.
Oh, I'm seeing deer everywhere though. I mean, in Western Oklahoma. I mean, hell, there's already started seeing. Saw someone was having a bad day because there was a buck, and he was. Granted, it's not rut yet because he still had velvet on his antlers, but there was a buck who got creamed by something, and about a quarter mile down the road was another one, and he was creamed by something. So either the same person had a really bad bad day, or two different people had a rough day. So
Yeah. Well, there's a place down here next to Belton and Temple called Morgan's Point. And you go into Morgan's Point, anyway, Morgan's Point. At night, oh, you drive down through those neighborhoods.
Yeah.
Yeah, there'll be 30 deer in somebody's front yard.
Yep.
30.
Had my uncle Arthur has a friend called Animal, and his pickup, the front end of his pickup looks like absolute shit. But also beside the door, he's got deer silhouettes for every time he takes a damn deer out
with the truck.
So yeah.
No, that is
so he's got
crazy,
like 10 of them on there, and I mean, this, like I said, the front of this pickup's got like 4 different colors on it, so he's changed out panels and stuff several times, and it never fails. He'll get a new one put on and go down the road, and all of a sudden, next time you see him, the fender's all bent up again because it's like fucking deer.
No, that is weird that the deer are moving in more and more.
Yeah.
But
yeah, because I don't know if we just need to start up and turning them into like hog season, where there's no season for hogs. It's just you see them, you shoot them, you get rid of them. And
no, can't do that. You would freaking totally destroy the deer population that way.
Yeah, but at the same time, wouldn't have.
But plenty of deer burgers.
Hey man, I love deer burger, deer steak. I love all of it. But see, the thing is though, you need to look at the hunters from year to year, and I think it's dropping. I'm not sure in some areas of the country, like up north, like in Wisconsin or Minnesota. I mean, up there, just about everybody hunts up there. But
yeah, Michigan's a big hunting area too.
Yeah, Michigan, Minnesota, all that. Illinois, I think is. I'm not sure with the gun control laws that they have in place. But, but no,
I'll get to it here in a moment. So just reminded me of something.
But no, I was just saying that it sounds like because there's not as many hunters as there used to be, because young men are not being taught how to be a man.
Yeah.
That they either don't know or they've been brainwashed enough to where
been wussified.
Yeah, wussified. And I'm not saying it's their fault. It's the people that are teaching them's fault.
Right.
Whether that be their teachers at school, their parents, their grandparents, or anything, or a combination thereof.
Right.
So I'm not pointing the finger at anybody, but still the fact is you've got to
that there's fewer men that are actually out hunting. So.
Right. And
that makes sense.
And I mean, that's the most logical, I can think of.
Right.
Because, and that's the thing, if you do that, all these towns are going to get overrun by deer. They're going to have to open up deer season. Maybe not to gun, but to bow, they will. Crossbow and compound and recurve and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, very much so.
So,
but anyhow, you mentioned Minnesota.
Yeah.
And one of the most head scratching, we're going to end up dying type of rulings just came through on their courts too recently.
On what?
Minnesota? And that is in Minnesota, there is no right to defense.
What?
Yeah, you cannot defend yourself. They actually have a what are they? From what I was able to understand about it, it is the essentially retreat first. They want you to actually be retreating to leave to retreat and not stand your ground. They don't believe. Apparently, in Minnesota, they have abolished any type of stand your ground. So even if you brandish your gun, you could actually go to jail trying to defend yourself. So, like that couple that was standing out in their front yard holding weapons, trying to keep the angry liberals from destroying their property.
Right.
I can't remember who they were, but the one where the woman didn't know how to handle the fucking gun. You could tell it because she was all
yeah, waving it around. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that would have caused them that couple to actually go to jail, just because they weren't trying to flee and retreat.
Well, okay, check this out. No, you're right. Because now in 23, they said Minnesota has the castle doctrine, which allows individuals to use force, including deadly force, to protect themselves or others within their dwelling or occupied vehicle from unlawful entry or harm. But on May 2nd of 2024, Minnesota does not have a stand your ground law. In Minnesota, a person must first attempt to escape a dangerous threat before resorting to force. So okay, let's say, okay, Bryan, let's take you and me. Okay. And let's say I was being my jovial self, and you pull a gun and want to shoot me because I'm just so fucking happy, you know. And instead of me pulling my weapon and shooting you because you're pointing your weapon at me, which is a natural reaction, by law in Minnesota, I have to run away.
Yeah.
While you're still pointing your gun at me, you could shoot me in the back or in the side or through the heart or wherever, or in the buttocks, you know. I mean, right. And no, I'm sorry, but I no. That answer is no. I guess I would wind up going to jail. And
right. And this is I just actually texted over to you. Myself click back over. That's the video that raised my attention to the fact that what Minnesota had done. So
okay. Yeah.
I actually just tripped over that earlier today and never actually got around to adding it to the list. But that was just fascinating. It's like, no, you can't defend yourself. You can't defend, you got a little old lady who can't run. And even if you were to say brandish a baseball bat and threaten someone that you're going to bat, you're going to play ice hockey with their head, you could actually go to jail for that.
But yet, what about the people that is threatening the older person? Nothing happens
exactly.
to them. What they just like, oh, bad boy or bad girl or
I mean, depending on the race of the person, it'll just be a don't do that and
yeah. See, you see,
I mean, it's kind of like in England where they've got the two-tier police force. If you're a white Englander, you can't say anything negative or bad. You can't say anything bad about anything transgender or immigrants or anything like that. You say anything like that, you can go to jail.
Wow.
For offending somebody.
Wow.
If you retweet a post that somebody else said that has something that somebody finds offensive, you can go to jail. But at the same time, like over in Birmingham this last week, where they had they had riots going on with a bunch of men who were of of non-English descent, rioting and causing mayhem, slashing tires and everything else, and the police did nothing, wouldn't come over and start trying to do any arrest or anything.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, what? Wow. You see, this is what I don't get. It's like, why are we bowing to these people?
You know, I mean England, because they don't have a right to speech, free speech. They claim that they have free speech, but they really don't.
Oh, right. Okay, hold on though. Look at the United States, dude. We're letting all these other thoughts and ideas and all like this dictate how we act, what we say, what we think. So it's the same as over in England. Why don't we stand up? The people in England too, okay, stand up and say screw you and get her done.
Well, and they're trying to, because there was a guy who was born in England, but his parents are from another country, and I can't remember what country it's from. I think it was someplace actually in Africa. But anyhow, this kid went off and went on a slashing spree, because guns aren't allowed, but everybody has knives, so they go off and stab each other in the ass basically, and this guy went on a slashing spree, killed 3 children, hurt like 11 others, and before the police were actually able to subdue him and get him into jail. And there was riots about that, but the riots were being spun off. And again, this is one problem of having a national news organization like BBC. I think this is one of the big problems, because the government can go, BBC has to report what we want them to report, because the government's paying their bill. So there's no actual free press so much.
Well, that's ABC, and NBC, and CBS over here, dude. CNN,
well, yeah,
and
Fox
others.
to a good point
Fox
too.
To a point. I mean, seriously, you see, that's the thing. We haven't had freedom of press over here in the United States for a long fucking time. I'd say since the 90s. I mean, in the 80s, when we still had Walter Cronkite, Tom Brokaw,
before Tom Brokaw went off and made a fool of himself. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's true. But I mean, we had people that actually reported the news. We had newspapers that only reported the facts, the truth, and showed both sides and let you make the decision.
Yeah.
Instead, now you've got every fucking newspaper around the world.
The newspapers don't actually report news, because the news would be the Walter Cronkite style of, here are the facts, and leave it at that.
Oh yeah, no, but yeah, that's exactly.
But now they're
what
like,
I'm saying.
and Trump said some horrible, nasty, terrible stuff, and this is what he said: "You people, ugly, smelly face." They're like, "Oh,
yeah,
these are all hateful words," and so they're all putting thoughts into the public, and I think that would be. I mean, and I'd love to go off and have the money to start up my own news organization, and it'd be just called Just the Facts, man.
Right. Because yeah, you see, that's the thing. You've got all these newspapers that lean, well, mostly left, but left or right. Okay. And they I don't know. I mean, so we're not far off of England.
No,
We
no,
just,
we're not.
I
And
mean, honestly, we're not. We're not
no,
far off.
I agree.
And in Australia, those guys are censored just about as bad, if not worse, in England.
Oh
You
yeah,
know,
no, they're just as bad. I mean, the only one I think that's slightly worse is China. So
right? And I mean, we don't even talk about North Korea. So, but yeah, but see, that's the thing, though. You know, it's like if you actually sat here and looked at everything, you know what? We're all pretty much in about the same boat. I mean, we've
yeah,
got a little more freedoms than other people do, and other people have a little more freedoms than we do, or whatnot.
right.
Let's just say, screw it all, stand up and take it back. Oh God, I'm waiting on the
Well,
black
now
SUVs to
you're
pop
on a
up.
watch list. So
Right?
you just got your house too, darn it.
I know, right? Ain't even moved in yet, and I'm on a
Ain't
watch
even
list.
moved in. You're gonna show up, and they're already see all the cops already busted in your doors. They're all standing in the living room, smoking
Waiting on.
cigarettes, going, "You finally here? All right. Well, we need to arrest you. So here
Yeah,
we go."
come on, let's go. You know, take me to a black site or something like that. Interrogate me. You're a freaking terrorist. No, I ain't.
I don't know. Depends. What's your definition of a terrorist? You right wing? Yep, you're a terrorist. All right. Well, you can fight
Right?
that.
Yeah, no, it's just I don't know, man. It just this shit irks me. And people now I will say I did see something on Facebook, and it was a Facebook story about Thomas Edison and Henry Ford and
Okay.
uh and everything like that, where Edison met Ford and told him to go for it, because he was fixing to make the car and all like that. He's like, go for it. And then later on, years later, uh, Edison's, I guess, factory or whatever building burnt, and Ford wrote him a check for $750,000. Said,
Right.
if you need more, ask. It's there. Rebuild. And in the comments, though, uh, people were talking about Tesla, and I mean, it was actually good to see a healthy debate. There was no slamming, there was no shaming, there was no derogatory remarks. It was all just differences of opinion to a one degree or another, and it was actually really really nice to see. You know, I mean,
Right.
I mean, I actually enjoyed reading the comments for once on Facebook, and some people I agreed with, some people I didn't. But it was just, and everybody was civil. That's what we need, because you might believe one thing, I believe something else. I ain't gonna hate you because you don't believe what I believe. You're
Right.
not you're not gonna hate me because I don't believe what you believe. I mean,
May call
shit.
you a name. It may call you a smelly liberal from time to time. That's about the worst of it.
I'll call you a woke liberal, but
Yeah.
it's, I mean, it's all good. But yeah, no, you see, and that's the thing, people like to try and force their will onto everybody else, and sometimes they freaking take it way too far, and that's wrong.
Oh yeah.
That's freaking what we need to stop. Okay, I'll shut up now. You done got me wound up, and
Well,
I
yeah.
didn't.
I got to go at least once a freaking night. So
I mean, and that's the thing. You did that sneakily. I didn't even catch on to that until just right then when I said, "Whoa, hang on, you done got me wound up."
so, but now it's just one of those. I mean, and I know we're trying to stay somewhat away from politics, but at the same time, politics has worked their way into everything. But just trying to keep away from like the presidential election nonsense. And but at the same time, there's things like you know Minnesota going, yeah, you know what? If you try to defend yourself, you're going to jail. It's like, well, what about the criminal? I mean, what about the guy who threatened me?
Right.
Why do I have to be the one who runs off, runs off and abandons my fort?
Right. Right. But well, you see, that's the thing. You see, and like this here, what we're talking about is not really politics. It's just honestly, why are we going to let someone tell us what we can and can't do in this situation? I'm
Right.
sorry, but
Because
if go ahead, Dick.
our society has turned into a bunch of sheeple.
Well, this is true, but you see, I'm not one of them. I don't look good in fuzzy white. Just saying, I don't look
Yeah,
good in
but
fuzzy white.
we got too many sheeple out there, that people that let the liberal news dictate their thought process.
Yeah, it's true, and this is what actually winds me up a lot of times, because it's like, people, you've got your own fucking brains. You used to think for yourself, but now
Yeah,
everybody's gotten used to having everything you know easily, or right there at their fingertips, and oh my god, they have to work for something, and no, oh my god, I can't do that. That's just like, no, that's wrong, man.
yeah.
It's like, you know, but
Well, and
okay.
nobody
Well,
wants to work anymore.
well,
You
true,
know,
true. They all they all want to sit at home and be TikTokers or YouTubers,
yeah.
make the big bucks.
Oh yeah.
But
Big money in TikTok.
now I did get to go to I ate I went to my Asian buffet over in Pascagoula. That first time in about a month and a half I'd been there, right? So I
Okay.
was
Yeah.
like, that was like, the bee's knees for me, man. That was like, oh yeah, I was in heaven. But I got my fortune cookie, and actually the fortune cookies are not fortunes anymore. They're just,
No, they're motivation cookies now.
yeah, yeah, they are. But no, it's true. It's true. And actually that's not bad, because this one I got is actually very uh, I mean, in my eyes, 100% true. It says, share your happiness with the world and it will return to you tenfold.
And see, that doesn't work very. See those. I mean, that might be very true, but the joy of fortune cookies was always doing the between the sheets. You can always take a good fortune cookie. You will see a tall, dark, mysterious woman between the sheets. You could always end it with between the sheets, and it would fit every single time.
Right,
And now
right.
it's stuff like that. And it's like going, okay, well, it sort of works, but it's not near as good as what it used to be. Come on, the '90s were amazing with the between the sheet fortunes.
Oh, I
So
know, I know. But no, I had just gotten this in my fortune cookie, and I saw that, and I'm like, you know what? That's I mean, that's straight up.
yeah,
That is 100 right there. Like
that
everyone
is a
likes to
very
put.
good motivation cookie.
That is straight up 100. And that's the thing. I well, I always try and share my happiness, and you know, e- except for some days when doctors want to piss me off.
When you're not happy.
Yeah, but normally I'm happy. But
I'm happy.
yeah, I won't.
You
Yeah,
know what I
hey,
mean?
hey,
I'm
I
happy.
close on my house on Monday. Okay,
Yeah.
I've got 3 more days, 3 more days, and I will have my own house. I'm being happy for the next 3 fucking days. Okay. and I'm getting my ham radio tomorrow, so I'm happy.
We will start catching more updated ham sandwiches, Rich's ham sandwiches again. So,
well, I can say, I got to double check. I can say we got a major solar storm coming late in the day tomorrow for the next let's see 9:00 minus 5. Oh fuck, that's about 3:00 in the afternoon or 4. So about 4:00 in the afternoon tomorrow, the solar flare is going to hit hard. We're going to have a G2 storm, and it's going to last for minimum of 12 hours, if not 15. So it'll last into like 6:00 in the morning on August 10th. So yeah, I don't expect, I'm going to try, but I don't expect radio signals to be good tomorrow. So, because I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to try. I am going to try. And then now Monday, hopefully there's no more solar flares, and I can play radio on Monday too. We'll see.
There you go.
So that's at least that's the plan.
Well, as long as you got one.
Yep.
I was going to say, yeah, I got a plan. I don't know how well it's going to work, but I got a plan. I mean, y'all know me. Some of my plans aren't always the best, you know.
What is it? Man plans, God laughs. So.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, that is true. You know, it's like that's why I can't really say I plan. I just kind of choose what I think I might want to do, and then just go with the flow.
Yeah. Or was it Mike Tyson that said everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face?
That's a good one, actually. Yeah. Yeah. That's cool. But no, honestly, if you ask me, we need to maybe give our email addresses out. So if people want to contact us.
Well, we could definitely do that. So, I mean, we definitely have, if you ever want to be able to reach out, say hi, and see what we're up to, definitely are able to do that by reaching out to me. I am CircleCast, that's CIRCLECAST at gmail.com. Or you can get hold of Rich over at R Chelson. That's RCHELSONLSEN. I always do this. O-N. It is Chelson, not Chelson. So you're English. You're not Norwegian. So so Chelson, and you can send us any comments, questions, inquiries, or anything like that. Because heck, we always enjoy having a good discussion. And damn it, I can't remember what it was now. I had a really good story that I was going to use to equate the benefits of helping us by donating Satoshis. I knew I should have wrote it down, and I didn't. Shit.
Shame on you.
Yep. I know I'm terrible at that. I'm just like, at the moment I know, I can remember this is the time that should be my instant kicker of, okay, grab a pen, write the shit down. Let's,
Yeah. As soon as you say, I got those two words, no, you're right.
Start writing it down. Because no, it was a really good analogy that was to the benefit of of our of this benefit of the show. But anyhow, so anyway, but this show is a podcast 2.0 show. It is a show that we make for y'all. We like it, get together every Thursday to show you guys that you can just intentionally get together, start talking with other guys that you are friends with, and just making having a go at it, having a good time, just sitting around talking bullshit, busting each other's balls from time to time, because hell, that's what guys do. We have fun. It's part of the camaraderie of giving each other a little bit of shit. And so to show y'all that what it's like, that's why one of the reasons why we all three get together, so that we can show y'all what it's like. But this is what we do. We've been doing this, getting together, talking together on every Thursday for quite a while now. And
it's been quite a while.
And we have had great, wonderful conversations. And there's only been very few times that we miss a Thursday. And it might be because somebody's in a place that might not have cell signal, or there's a holiday that falls on a Thursday, which is typically Thanksgiving is usually one of the days we always miss.
Right.
Because, well, it's Thanksgiving. So, so if it falls on a Thursday, we're pretty much like, yeah, we're going to have to kind of wave off this week. But we are always together. But this show is a podcast 2.0 podcast. And what that means is that we add special features to our shows that you can that allow you to be able to listen to the show whenever you want. Like right now, we are actually live and lit. We are streaming live to the internet. And if you have a podcasting 2.0 show that accepts the lit tag, you're going to be able to see us, or not see us. You're going to be able to hear this podcast as we're recording it.
If you want to see us, it's Twitch. You have to go to Twitch. If you want to see us, you have to go to Twitch. Yeah.
If you want to be able to see us, we're live on Twitch, and who knows, I might be seeing if I can find a way, because somehow, somewhere along the way, someone has changed stuff, and we may have to see about starting up a TikTok channel and see if we can figure out what if it's open for everybody, or if it's open for just people who are now between 500 and 1,000. Because I'm at 600 and something odd people, and I mean, it's not like 680. It's low, like 612. I can't ever get past 615. I get to 615, and then all of a sudden the next time I'll hang there, and it's so aggravating, because I'll hang there and I'll be still cranking out an episode every day, and then I'll get a fresh someone to follow me, and TikTok does not tell you when you lose people. They will not update you until you get a new follower. So it'll be like, I'll be at like 616 for like 4 days. And then I'll get a new follower and I'm at 611. Like, fuck.
Oh, shit. But
like, son of a bitch. Damn it. I've been trying to get to 1,000 for 2 years now, and I'm stuck in the 600s.
If we add in TikTok, I'm gonna have to get a 75-inch screen and about 6 more monitors. Thanks, man.
Well, we're gonna make sure we get use every single one of them gigabits you got in your memory. So,
well, that's okay. That's okay. When I get internet, I'm getting 1 gig service.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you're gonna get that fiber, the fibre. So,
but no, that's I've done playing that, because that'll give me everything I need to stream and do whatever. So
shoot, be able to do your digital ham stuff too. And
FT8, FT4.
Yeah.
So that's nothing. But but streaming on here and everything. And since you're wanting to add TikTok,
Well,
that means
what we
I got
probably end
another
up doing
box.
is on TikTok. We may just convert the TikTok over to a because I know for a little while, if I'm thinking right, there was an RTMP protocol address that you could send to your TikTok, and it would,
Yeah.
and so you could stream like video games and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
And
as far as I know, because at the time TikTok and Facebook weren't playing well with each other with that RTMP, and it was Facebook side because Facebook is being a bitch. But
well, yeah.
you know, I mean, look at their owner. I mean, come on now.
Hey, he has become a lot less autistic here recently.
Well,
And I
still,
think it's actually and a lot of people are thinking it's the MMA that's doing it, where he's actually starting to become a little more human. So he looks a lot less autistic though.
oh, so he's changing from a robot to a boy now.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's becoming a real boy. Oh boy.
No, I mean, Lord forgive me. That was not right to talk about someone like that. But
So, but
it isn't.
But no, but at the same time, it is what it is. But we are also, with being a podcast 2.0 podcast, we also have the ability to accept Satoshis, which you can stream Satoshis, you can send them as a boostergram, and if you send a boostergram, we actually receive the message, and when with the message, we can actually turn around, see what was sent, look at the message, and we'll be able to reply to the message live and in person, so we can actually have conversations, and it's a great, because every time you want to talk to us, it's going to cost you a little bit of money, not much, but a little bit of money, and we're okay with that because we do enjoy the capitalist system. And so it's
capitalist, you
evil capitalist I am. And so but there's so much more to it. I mean, you can look on our site, you see that we have a pod roll, we have so many different ways. If you aren't comfortable using Satoshis, which are a form of crypto, which is a
form
million,
of cryptocurrency,
100 millionth or 100 billionth,
100 billion.
I think it's 100 billionth of a Bitcoin. So it's a very small. These are just little micro payments that you're sending over. But some people just aren't very comfortable with doing sending out crypto. They're not sure about crypto. They've heard crypto in association with Silk Road, and so they don't want to be seen as criminal underground. That's fine. We got to. I understand. Some people are okay with it. Other people aren't. And if you're not, that's okay. You can go also go over to twogrumpyvets.com, and at the top you'll see a tab that says value for value. You can click that tab and be able to send us some fiat currency, which are little green certificates of appreciation, otherwise known as dollar bills, over to us. And you can also still send a message.
Rubles or rupees or whatever you have.
Or yeah, I mean they convert. They convert to the greenback. So
yeah. So I mean it's and I mean we are global here because we've got other countries that do listen to us.
Yeah. And I mean, that's what it was. That I thank you for that reminder. Now I remember my whole spiel that I was coming up with, because what it is you notice on YouTube, so many people. You notice how everybody is censoring themselves on YouTube these days.
Oh yeah.
You see, I mean, they won't even say porn. They say corn. It is not rape. If they're talking about the rape victim, it's R*PE.
Yeah.
So you might not know what it is and say, well, why are they bleeping out rope? So, you don't know what it is exactly. But sex, a lot of times it's SEG, SEGG. And they try to use all these kind of halfway words, but what it is it's them censoring themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And that is because advertisers want people to be brand safe. There's a thing called the GARM initiative, and GARM is a global alliance for responsible media. And basically, it's a bunch of little goody two-shoes standing around going, well, we want to make sure that our advertisers, we don't want them being associated, say like Coca-Cola doesn't want to be associated with somebody that talks about porn all the time. So if you say porn, we're not going to be able to advertise. And you watch on YouTube and you won't catch people saying that. They'll like video game critics, they will, since YouTube throws a fit about too much blood, they actually will either pixelate everything if it's got some blood showing because they killed the big baddie, or they go gray, and it's all just a type of censoring. And that is the glory of what podcasting 2.0 is about. Podcasting 2.0 allows us to actually not have to sweat censorship, because the people who we have to appease isn't Procter & Gamble. It isn't Ford Motor Company. It isn't, it isn't Honeywell. It isn't Schlumberger. It's no company that is on the face of the earth, because we don't do advertising. Nope. The reason we don't do advertising is because it is the moment you allow advertising in is the moment you start allowing censorship into your show. Because if you want to get those great big bucks, you have to say things the way that the company, your sponsor, wants you to say it. And that's you not ever going to start limiting yourself. Exactly. And you have to start limiting yourself. I think you, there was a time where you and your previous podcast, y'all actually had an instance of a sponsor starting to put some demands on y'all. Yep. It's like, well, you need to say it this way, and you need to get rid of the other guy and do this and this and this. And hand his money back and go take a flying leap, wagon, because no, we're not doing that.
Exactly. And no, you're exactly, honestly, I'd almost forgotten about that. You're exactly right. And that's the thing, if you want to sponsor with us, that's great. But we're going to say what we want, how we want, when we want. And we don't give a shit what you think.
Yeah. We're going to say the wordy dirts. We're going to say the words that other people are going to shy away from. I'm aiming for a 0 GARM score. All right. I want people to see this thing and go, holy shit, Adam and Eve won't even touch you. We're not doing that. And that's because this is not a show for the advertisers. This is a show for you, the listener. And if you find any value of what it is, you get that choice, whether you want to send, just a couple shekels, or you want to send a paycheck. And whichever way you want to do it, we're intensely grateful for it.
Oh yeah. Or if you have talent, you're a graphic designer, want to make cover art, want to work on a website, just whatever. If you can help us, if you can provide, your talent and help us provide and all like that, we'll freaking cut you in on the Satoshis we get,
because it's a value for value. So if you find value,
we're not here to become millionaires.
No, that's what my coaching business is for me to get rich off of that.
Right.
So this is strictly for my health. So
yeah, and that's the thing, so that's why we say reach out to us by email or send a boostagram. And you don't have to wait to send the boostagram when we're live. You can send it anytime.
Oh yeah, you can send it whenever you like, and we'll get it.
Yeah, we will.
When we look down before the next show, we gather all the new boostergrams up and we'll read them out. And so far we haven't had it. So why not be the first one? Why don't you go ahead and try it out, see what happens? You'll find out it's actually kind of fun. You can send out a Satchel Richards if you want, which is also known as 1111. It's a bag of, because the ones look like
Oh.
dicks. So it's a Satchel Richards.
Yeah, okay.
So you got a Satchel Richards, or you send out 111111. That's a big bag of dicks. So you got that. You could also have a row of ducks, which is 4 twos, or a big row of ducks is 6 twos. You could also do the magic number, which is 3333. And they've got more. They've got the Striper boost, which is 7777. You can do the Star Trek boost, 1701. There's the Rush boost, which is 2112. There's a whole bunch of great numerology numbers out there that you can throw, and love to be able to hear from. So if you want, we even got if you want to be able to send a Satoshi over to us with a message, please do so. We would love to be able to hear from you. Love to be, if you don't want to send Satoshi, you want to be able to just reach out to us, send us an email. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah,
Dude would love to hear from you. Send us an email and we'll get it over to Dude, and then we'll have Dude reply live on the show and see what type of wisdom that boy drops, because he drops a lot of wisdom when you least expect it. And all of a sudden you're just kind of left like, whoa, it's amazing. So
it is
guys,
true.
So guys, take time, and it may seem like we're begging, and to a point, all right, I don't mind being the organ grinder monkey with my little cup hanging out, because this stuff does take money. It takes money to run the to get the website. It takes money to host the show. It takes time. It takes a lot of time, actually. This is a 2.5 hour, sometimes 3 hour show.
Yeah, it was 3 hours.
And it's a 4-to-1 ratio. All right. So for every hour, that's 4 hours of work. So we're at 8 hours, almost 10 hours.
Yeah.
Of work, of editing, of everything else that goes into a podcast. We have to put that effort in, and so we're doing this essentially as a money loss, and that's okay, because again, I would still be talking with Rich and the Dude whether we had the show or not, but we wanted to have fun and play with the podcasting 2.0, but also show you guys, hey, this is how you can do men's night, just where y'all sit around. You might drink a little bit of brown water from time to time, have some cigars, and talk it up, and just talk about whatever it is. You can talk politics if you want to talk about politics, or you can just talk about whatever, anything.
Right. And not to totally cut you off, but girls can do this too. We don't want to leave the girls out. You know how the girls get.
Oh, please. That's a bunch of girls.
Dude, I was raised with sisters, okay?
I know. So was I. But I mean, there's a reason why they have the He-Man Woman Haters Club. So, and only those Gen X and older understands that reference.
Right, exactly.
Some millennials, if their parents actually taught them correctly. So
this is true. But yeah, no, that's sorry. I just had to throw that in there. It just seemed like the perfect time to work in.
But anyhow, so Dude, you got any closing words of wisdom you'd like to share with folks?
Just my usual: be kind, and because you never know what the person that you are talking to is going through in their life. Again, we with the veterans, we lose entirely too many veterans to suicide, 22 a day on the average. It'd be nice to cut that number down if you know a veteran and you know that they are not going through an easy time. Be that ear or that shoulder to lean on, or that ear to listen. Sometimes it's just a matter of they just need to get off their chest what's bothering them, and that makes a huge difference in somebody's life.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
And also just another point, if you have a vet or know a vet who is looking for a community, every Wednesday we have a get together online, just a Zoom meeting, and for about 2 hours we just kind of sit around, and it's whatever comes up, and the topic of discussion ends up being, which normally seems to rumble around to Jeeps in one form, fashion, or another, but not always.
Not always.
So
Me and Dude have actually been pretty good for quite a while. I mean,
y'all haven't bought any new equipment in a while. So
well, yeah, you're right. So yeah, one of us needs to fix
or
up.
gone or been able to afford to go out wheeling.
Right.
Exactly.
But yeah, Wednesday nights, yeah, that's just us getting together and just whatever comes up as a conversation comes up, and we discuss it, you know.
Yeah, we'll talk
And
until Dude's phone reception wears out and he flips away. We know it's about 10 o'clock. Time for us to pack it up.
Right,
that's right. And it's I'm surprised it hasn't dropped yet on this one.
Yeah,
But
It's been doing
also
pretty good on Thursdays. I guess Wednesday nights is when everybody starts looking at porn on the on T-Mobile.
I guess so. You know, or the sun flares when it's
Yeah.
dark out. However, with what Rich and Brian were saying, yeah, if you're a veteran and you just want to have some place to come hang out and shoot the shit, and even if you are in a bad way, we trust me, we can guide you. If we can't do it and give you help, we can guide you to the individuals that can give you help and get you in the right direction.
And that is for men and or women veterans.
Yeah, it's not just guys. That's for anybody who has served in the military. So
yeah.
So, and Rich, how about you? You got any parting shots?
Yeah, a couple actually. And if you want to find out about the Wednesday night Zoom calls, email Bryan at circlecast@gmail.com, and he'll set you up and all like that. And we hope to meet you and everything. Other than that, like Ron was saying, be kind, be happy, because you never know what someone's going through. And just a smile or a hi, how you doing? How's your mama and them? Could be all someone needs to have a whole lot of better day,
Absolutely.
And so yeah, this week that's about all I got really. I'll probably have more next week because I was sold or bought my house. I'm not selling the house, I'm buying. It's hard.
Done sold your house.
Yes, I did. I sold it. It's gone.
So Rich at the moment is actually homeless and fixed to be home full. So
yes.
And hopefully by this time next week, I will have the nail out of my tire.
Woo-hoo.
Yeah.
Hopefully Saturday.
That works, man.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, guys, y'all take care of yourselves. Y'all have yourselves a good rest of the night. All of y'all that are listening, appreciate again you coming by, having a listen and seeing what this show is all about. And we will see y'all next Thursday. So till then, guys, take care. Bye.
Peace.
Have a great evening. Peace out.
Night.
Night, guys.
Good night.